I think there was a time when savings and value were king, but I think there's a bigger felt need right now, and that's just human connection.
Yeah.
I would argue that our society is getting to a place where they would rather have connection than savings. And I think that's actually really great news for business owners, right?
Yeah. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the 88 Show. This is the internet's only dental show where we talk about what matters most in marketing. I am your host, Joshua Scott. We are on episode 141. Man, where has the time gone?
That's a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes, man. So guys, my special guest here, Joe Homan, co-founder, COO of Studio 88. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
Nice to meet you, audience.
How's your week been?
Good, busy as always.
But this month's article you wrote, so tell us a little bit about that, the title of it, and how'd this whole topic come about?
Yeah, so like backstory, I'm the guy that likes to smile at people at the grocery store
Okay.
and on the street. Like, I don't know, I really enjoy all of those like casual, friendly interactions with people.
Yeah.
And I've been really missing that the past year and a half.
Yeah.
And I just got to thinking about how that affects dentistry.
What do you, what do you see? What have been those of the effects of it?
I mean, I think it affects practices in a pretty big way. Say a new patient walks into the building, they've never met you before, you're covered in a mask, a face shield, maybe even a gown, gloves, like you're starting to look like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And not the caring professional that they're hoping for.
Yeah.
And I think doctors spend so much time and energy making their practices look warm and inviting and wanting people to know that they care, and now everything's just looking cold and clinical again. I think those sort of things are really having a negative effect on people's first impression of entering a practice.
So how does an economy of smiles survive a faceless world?
Right.
I mean, it's epic.
Well, thanks. I do what I can. I think it's pretty obvious. If people can't see our smiles in real life, we've got to show them some other way. And the good news, there's this whole digital virtual world out there where we can do exactly that.
Yeah.
So that's really where I think marketing's headed right now.
Yeah. So you're seeing it even so in real life, if you can't do that, then think about how to do that in the digital space.
I mean, just like we've done with our family get-togethers and birthday parties, we're not able to do that in person, or at least we weren't at first, but
Right.
all of that transitioned to digital.
Yeah.
It's not 100% what it once was, but it's better than nothing. I would argue that our society is getting to a place where they would rather have connection than savings. And I think that's actually really great news for business owners, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're competing on offers, you're competing on price, and lower price equals less profit for you, and that probably equals a worse experience for your patients. So this is really good news for everybody.
I love one of the things you did in this article is you contrast this traditional marketing with story-based or connection marketing. What does story-driven or connection marketing accomplish that traditional marketing just can't?
Yeah, traditional marketing, it's really just interruption marketing, right? It's screaming at the top of your lungs for attention by any means necessary. It's blasting people with postcards with coupons on it. It's email campaigns that blast more offers and more coupons.
What would you say to somebody who thinks that story-driven marketing or this style of marketing feels intimidating because maybe they don't have a story? Like they don't think they have a story or...
Dude, I get that. I'm a pretty vanilla person, and I think even I have a story.
Yeah.
I think that's honestly something we hear a lot from people coming in the door. They're like, yeah, I want you to tell my story, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great tools to help people discover that, but honestly, everybody has a story, right? Like if, say you had either a bad dental experience as a child or a great one, and that one affected you in some way to make you want to become a dentist, that's a story.
Yeah.
Are you a dentist that cares more about people than profit? boom, you
Yeah.
have a story. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you don't really even have to look too hard to find something. Like, what's your why? Like, why are you a dentist?
Yeah. Everybody has something unique. We just usually don't see it.
Right. I think it's less about what the story is and just more about your authenticity too.
Right. In this article, you try to focus specifically on some of those, and you lay out 4 tactics when we're talking about this story-driven connection marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first is photography.
Yep.
Why is photography such a big deal?
I mean, I would argue that photography is the biggest deal right now.
Okay.
And it just goes back to my original point. Like, people can't see your face.
Yeah.
Like, you have to show them your face. And photography might actually be the only way you can do that right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of obvious. And point number 2, it's giving patients a chance to see your practice the way you meant it to be.
Yeah.
You know, all the barriers are down. All the furniture is in the place where it ought to be. You know, this is your real practice, not what they're coming in and seeing right now.
Gosh, that's such a good
point. No doubt. And it's so versatile too. You know, it's on your website, it's in your social media feed, it's in your ads, your print materials. Like, it's not like you're just buying these to hang them on the wall, although that's a really great application for them too.
Right. No, I think that's a great point, because sometimes people will push back, like, oh, what's it going to cost to get a commercial photographer? Is it, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000? I mean, even if it was like $8,000, I still think it's one of the least expensive investments you can make because of how many different applications you can apply from it.
Right on.
So, I don't know that you can overpay on that to, minimize the return on that investment. I love how you compare traditional marketing and marketing then versus marketing now, like traditional versus story driven for each of these. So what did photography used to look like, and what should it look like now?
I mean, I think we all know what photography used to look like in dentistry, right? It's the cheesy stock photo of the smiling lady.
The smiling lady.
Or the doctor with the lab coat on.
Yeah.
You know, it's all very cliche stock photos. You look at them, you literally feel nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And I think a custom photography session is the exact opposite. Like, people will look at those photos and they'll actually feel some emotion. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that when you look at a really great photo of someone who's smiling and you catch yourself smiling, that emotion really translates through photography. And I think that is what story-driven photography will do.
When you see, I know this is off script, when you see analytics from a site, what is video doing on a homepage?
That's a good question. I mean, I think we definitely see longer engagement times on pages that have video. We typically see better SEO from websites that have video. Overall, I think the biggest benefit of video is something that doesn't show up in the analytics, and that's just an increase in patient trust, right? Yeah. I think once someone gets to meet you, they're almost pre-sold when they come in.
Yeah. Websites then versus websites now?
I mean, I think then is a generic templated website that tells everybody what you do. And now is a custom, beautiful website that tells everybody why you do it.
Yeah. Any predictions for marketing as you look down the road in the next 10 years?
I mean, I just think it's going to go more and more in this direction, more storytelling. And I think it's going to be fueled by us seeing more traditional marketing mediums go by the wayside. Like, we've obviously seen kind of the death of the newspaper ad for the most part. Yeah. We've seen the death of the yellow pages, radio, TV, probably billboards and direct mail are going to be less and less effective. I just think that presenting your business in a really consumer-friendly, story-driven way is just going to be more and more important as we move forward.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate it. Some really good thoughts.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course, you are welcome. So if somebody wants to check out the article, it's at our site, s8e8.com, and I think it's /trade secrets.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So go there. You can probably find it. Dig around the site. You can find it. You'll see on social dropping throughout the month as well. But guys, thanks so much for checking us out, and we'll see you on the next episode.